I don't point out other people's red flags. Here's why I'm not going to do that. Because when you are sturdy in yourself, when you trust yourself, when you have your own back, when you understand how to be in yourself, when you know who you are and whose you are, and that your safety is a story, and that you were designed to create, to desire to be loved and honored and cherished, and you know how to get that not from other humans, but also not only from other humans, then you are not a victim who needs to watch out for other people. Baby, this body, this beautiful human body that you have, was never meant to get out of here alive. Never. Never. And the part where we're always looking out for the other people who are going to hurt us, darling, a lot of why the other people hurt us is because we are afraid and we hand them our worth and our lovability, and then they can't give it back to us the way we want it because other humans weren't designed to be your one and all. They were not. We learned that they were when we were young. And then there comes a point where we keep telling ourselves that it all has to come from another person. We trauma bond with people in that way. But here's what I want you to know. I'm not going to make teams. I talk about old data and the older women in our life perhaps saying things like, oh, well, it's fine, you have a great job, but are you pregnant yet? Are you married? Do you have any prospects? I'm not making them the enemy. I don't think they ought to change. I'm talking to you. Do you want to think differently? Narcissists have their own brand of trauma. I'm not going to point them out so you can make them the enemy and you're the innocent victim. No, babe. We play together. And when we cannot be afraid for ourselves, when we can stand in sturdiness, you don't have to keep range roving, looking for the dangerous ones. Because the more you look for the dangerous ones, you become a magnet to them. You find them. You find them even where they are not, because it's what you're looking for. Do not be conformed by this world, by the ones who whisper, be afraid, you should be afraid. Your safety is the one thing that matters. Baby, you were never meant to have physical safety. And your spiritual safety, that's already a done deal. People who, oh, I'm fearful. I'm just really worried about you. That's a virus. And the only way to be inoculated against the virus is to understand people hand you things to try and keep you safe. You whisper fear things to other people to try and keep them safe and away from the bad people. Friend, you are making teams. Do you know why cancer eats everything up around it? Because it believes it's alone. Because it believes it's the only one, that it can only rely on itself. It forgot it's part of a community, a body that was meant to do it together. So when you only cluster with the also afraid ones, with the also this only diagnosis ones. You are creating teams. You are creating cancer clusters. And we were taught to do this. No shame, no shade. It's what a healthy human brain wants to do. Make an us, make a them. Also, look at every conflict that is in this world. It comes from fear. It comes from using and theming. It comes from othering the other and even othering parts of yourself. You, on purpose, are here right now, not to get healed, not to heal your lineage, but to be a human right now. And along the way to the thing your heart desires, healing's gonna happen. But you stopping to focus on this, you make this the thing. You other everything else until you don't give yourself permission to move until this is done nicely, nice and neat. Transformation is a thing you do every day. It is not one and done. It's just not. Here's what I want for you. That you could say the things you're afraid of. That you could say, I'm a person who's afraid of a lot of stuff. I tell you what, at the W2, every day I dump out that I'm afraid that they are going to let stuff burn down to prove a point, and I'm going to be used as kindling. I'm afraid that nobody else cares about this the way I do, and so it throws me in overdrive when I act on that. And when I dump all of that out, I'm afraid that the people who work with me, that I can't serve them, that I can't help them, that they only think that just they're supposed to do breath work once or do this one practice once, and then they're going to be healed forever, which isn't part of how humanity works, a brain works. So I dump these things out every day. I am well familiar with the things that cause fear in my body. And I also know that there are things that I was put here to do that are going to make me afraid because I need more than just me to do it. I saw a thing where it's like a woman who has healed herself on her own is magical. Okay. A woman who has healed herself on her own worships herself. And then what is she going to do when she feels, wants to vomit up all the things she's afraid of? You are a spiritual creature in a human body. You were never meant to do this all alone. You were never meant to heal yourself by yourself. Never. Never. But we thought we were because we have this fierce independence. And it's reasonable that we want to be able to do what we want to do. And also that there is a beautiful thing about coming together with other people who tell the truth about how they feel about themselves and then grab a truth. I am divinity incarnate. I am created by the Creator who said, let us create them in our image. Not let there be them. Not and let the earth bring forth them. No. Created with care, beloved. And none of that means everything's going to be smoothed. Blessed and highly favored means sometimes you're lied on. It means sometimes you're imprisoned wrongly. It means sometimes you're afraid and it feels dark and you don't know what's happening. But friend, the kingdom of God is voice activated. I know this is true. Here's what I'm dumping out, because I know that the reason why it freaks me out is because it's a lie. And you know what's easy? Listening to lies. Because you can look around and you can find other people who are going to support that lie about you. Because they don't know better, because it's a habit, babe. It's just a game of telephone we've been playing. I want you to know how to hear the things that show up in your head and see them. Nothing can shift until you see it, until it stops leading you around by your nose. Come and learn how to notice these things with us in Sturdy Hall and in Porch Party. The links are in my profile. Come and play. This is Chuck. He wants you to know that death is always on the table. Your physical death, the death of who you thought you were, the death of a dream that wasn't actually even yours, and then his beautiful crown, because things grow out of a death that you let die, because it never was supposed to keep living forever. Also, he would like you to know that a jaunty scarf is a beautiful thing. All right. I'm Brandy Moran. I'm a mindset mentor and a body sensation defunculator. And I want you to know that you are the beloved. Boop, boop. And my heart is huge for you.